Nosferatu is out in theaters, new film from Robert Eggers, starring Lily Rose Depp, Nicholas Hoult, Bill Skarsgård, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Willem Dafoe, Emma Corrin, Ralph Ineson, and Simon McBurney. This is of course yet another remake of the classic 1922 German movie, which in turn was based on Dracula by Bram Stoker. This was nominated for Academy Awards in 4 categories: Best Cinematography, Production Design, Costume Design, and Makeup and Hairstyling. The gist of the story, I think we all know. A young woman in a German town is experiencing strange dreams and visions that haunt her and seem to be prophesying the arrival of a terrible force. Meanwhile, her husband is sent on a work trip to the Carpathian Mountains to visit a mysterious Count Orlok and finalize a deal for him, a deal which is meant to sell him a mansion in the very same German town. And then terrible things happen because, of course, Orlok is a vampire. So I love this film. I thought it was an excellent modern take on Nosferatu that manages to honor the old classic while doing its own thing in a lot of ways. It's atmospheric as hell, it's scary when it needs to be, darkly funny at times, although this may have just been me after watching 6 seasons of What We Do in the Shadows. At this point, anything vampire related brings immediate memories of the inevitable parodies done on that wonderful show. So, perhaps it was only me finding it funny, but I won't hold that against the film. I think in a weird way, it added to the experience. I think the writing is very good. I loved the thematic exploration of sort of sexual awakenings and things like that. The story moves forward at a brisk pace, and the editing switches between the different storylines at just the right moments to keep you hooked. There is a sense of inevitable doom that you need in a movie like this. There is a sense of absolute terror of the unknown in the entire sequence that Thomas ventures into the village first and then the mountain castle. I think that the production design is impeccable, which is basically a guaranteed thing at this point in a Robert Eggers production. The man is famous for his research and attention to detail and period accuracy. The cinematography just pops. The way he plays with shadows and light is excellent. There's some gorgeous shots in here, such as Orlok's silhouette on the balcony at the very beginning of the film, Orlok's shadowy hand over the city, which could have been seen in the trailers, Thomas on the crossroads with the carriage approaching. I mean, just great stuff to look at. The performances are spectacular, and I'm kind of surprised to say this. Lily Rose Depp especially surprised me with how good she is. The role was originally going to be played by Anya Taylor-Joy, before she dropped out due to filming. What was it? Furiosa, I think, at the time. And when I saw that the casting news, I thought, well, I haven't really seen Lily Rose Depp in anything, but I think it's a shame that it's not Anya. But she's really, really good. At times she looks fucking possessed, and what she does with her body and eyes and face is incredible. Willem Dafoe steals every scene, and his dialogue is phenomenal. He's also perfectly cast for playing a former scientist mad with the occult. In a weird way, it kind of seems similar to his role in Poor Things very recently. Bill Skarsgård is phenomenal as the Count. The marketing materials very cleverly hid him from the audiences to preserve the surprise, and I have to say, his look was surprising. I got so used to the pale, ghoulish, bold look of a classic film vampire that seeing essentially this huge dead Slav with giant mustache was a bit unexpected. But really, that is very close to Bram Stoker's descriptions of Dracula, and that is what you would expect from Dracula or Orlok to be, a dead Slavic warlord. The voice is also phenomenal, deep, gravelly. Apparently, Skarsgård worked with an opera voice coach, something like that, to bring his voice down a full octave. He also has this great accent that you could cut walls with, again making me chuckle more than once, but I won't hold that against the film. I think all the other actors are very good. I like the music. I did think that the sound mix was perhaps just a touch too loud in my screening, with some of the jump scares being not scary but just annoying as a result. But I noticed even the trailers before the movie were loud, so maybe it was just that screening room. In any case, I don't think that takes away from the movie or the experience of watching it in a significant way. I loved the film. I think it's an excellent gothic horror that nails the difficult job of feeling old and classic, but also new and fresh at the same time. It's not a shot-for-shot retread. It's a new version that still respects what came before it. Fantastic film overall.